can I welcome in studio a real super mum. Caroline, how are you?
I'm alright.
Now, can I just say from the offset, you're going through quite an extensive battle with cancer of the tongue, to the point that you don't have much of a tongue left, or
I have no palm.
But still, isn't it an extraordinary thing? I can still hear you, understand you.
In January, when I had my operation, they told me I probably never problem or swallow or drink. After about 1 month, I started coughing, swallowing, I can drink water. But I can't do that, but I'm trying to.
Okay, so she's saying, I have your sister with me as well in studio, and thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
She's saying that she can swallow.
Yeah.
She's saying that she can communicate.
Yeah.
What's it like for food and chewing? And
not food, no.
Oh, so is it all liquids?
Pet food.
So she has a tube that helps her to make sure that she keeps on top of her nutrition, but she's actually able to drink water and have smoothies and have some soups as well.
So you have a peg as well?
Yeah. Which her consultant, Mr. Patrick Sheen, which I want to give a shout out to the South Infirmary as well, who've looked after her in the last 16 months and have done an incredible job. They are shocked and stunned at her recovery and what she's able to do in terms of her swallow and her speech. It's remarkable. I mean, you're only listening to us for the last couple of minutes and you can kind of understand what she's saying, which is a massive progress for her. So she's inspiration to all of us, really. Like,
and tell me, Michelle, are you a younger sister, or are you?
I'm younger. Do I not look younger?
No, you both look very, very young. You look like twins with different colour hair.
We actually have twins in the family. I've got twin girls. But I'm younger. There's only 2 years between the two of us. So Karen's 37.
I'm the older one.
You're the older one with your own kids.
Yeah, I have an 8-year-old Jamie and a 2-year-old Zara.
And you love them so dearly.
Yeah, I'm doing all this for them. I mean, the first time I had cancer back in June, I was told that I have half my palm removed. So I did the operation. I thought that's not a bother. To be honest with you, there's nothing compared to what I'm doing to now.
When you had half of the tongue removed?
Half my palm was moved back in June 2016.
June 2016. And did they tell you then that everything would be okay, that they had caught the cancer and that it was gone?
And what I did was, I did tumour and radium. But what
did you say? You did which?
She did chemotherapy and radiotherapy as well as the surgery. So she's done everything in terms of what they have suggested. In terms of
you look incredibly healthy.
She looks better than myself.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
And so you were incredibly optimistic then after the operation.
Her mindset has been unbelievable.
I was like, whatever, I can do this. I went back. I worked for the Head and Payment Services. I was a visual manager for 13 years.
Slow down, sweetheart.
McKedney's cleaning company in Cork, and she was a regional manager for 13. She's been with the company for 13 years.
And it was your colleagues got in touch with me because
they've been very supportive.
Proud of them.
We're very proud of them, and they are of you because it's they got in touch originally saying you need to talk to this girl.
Yeah,
she's an inspiration.
Yeah, sure.
But after the original diagnosis and the first operation,
I was told just before Christmas Eve my cancer was back.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
God Almighty, what a Christmas present!
I know. Well, what they did was they found out and they told me that I'd have stage 4.
Stage 4.
Yeah. I had no other option than to take out my whole palm. But my hand,
a skin graft.
To put that in there and go on pets there for my life.
So did they make a substitute tongue with some skin from your arm?
Yeah, it's like a skin graft, and it's just like they call it the flap, but it doesn't work as a tongue. It's like a just a kind of more of a cosmetic kind of thing, more so than anything else. But it's there.
but stage 4.
Yeah. So Patrick Sheen, who's my unpleasant, unbelievable surgeon, I can't say enough about him. He's been unbelievable from day one. And then if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be here in January because he was like, if we won't do this operation, there's no more hope.
There's no more hope?
No. Yeah. So he was like, the tumour didn't work, the radium didn't work, nothing was there.
The chemo didn't work?
No.
The radium didn't work?
No.
Taking the entire tongue didn't work because had it spread?
It had spread down to my neck.
Your neck?
On my right-hand side.
That's only recent, though.
And then what happened was a friend of mine was on about some from a bar before.
Your friend was, sorry, jump in there.
No, sorry. So Caroline obviously has tried everything, so from alternative to medical, so we've looked at every avenue of care for her. So she went to St. John of God. He's actually based in Brazil. He's a healer. Have you heard of him?
Do you know what I'm going to tell you? I had a very close friend of mine who did something similar.
Yeah.
Went down to Brazil and spent
10 days.
That's where she spent her Christmas.
A couple of weeks there.
Away from her girls.
I left my two children at home Christmas Day. I had my Christmas obviously with them, their peasants. I bought my fire.
So you left Jamie, aged 8, Zara, aged 3, your 2 daughters, and your childhood sweetheart, Anthony.
No, he went with you.
So my aunt was him with me.
Your husband went with you.
So this packed for bad back my the sound about Christmases, the packed for bad Christmases, this felt Christmas night.
To Brazil.
Yeah. No, I was quite sick at the time. I wasn't able for the journey.
You weren't able for the journey.
And my doctors told me not to go.
Not to go.
Because obviously I have to have this injection and that injection, but
you went.
But I did, because I'm stubborn.
Yeah.
Once she gets something into her head, there's no changing it.
It's not wanting to give up.
Exactly, yeah.
And if there's hope, there's hope.
Yeah, for sure.
So myself and Auntie to Brazil. We went there for 10 days.
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit about her experience down there. What
Amazing.
This is an interesting character down there.
Yeah,
right?
because she was obviously trying to set herself up for the big surgery in January, which was planned for the 8th of January. So she was planning to obviously get her whole tongue removed, and obviously her mind was all over the place, as you can imagine, because a lot of stuff would change, like her voice, her eating, which Caroline loves, her always has loved her food. So it was a big thing for her, obviously, to put that, to sacrifice that kind of thing to actually save her life, really. So I think did her the world of good, because she came back in a completely different mind.
He's a fella down there it's very spiritual, isn't it?
Very much so. Everyone's wearing white, like Karen said, everyone's wearing white. You have to experience.
Is he the real deal, though? He operates without anaesthetic, and he operates without scalpels.
Yeah. Spiritual operations.
The first operation I had with him, I was in bed for about 48 hours, and I slept.
You slept?
I put him up and down the room, fed me, and that was about it. I just slept the whole time.
Yeah.
I think for your headspace, it was very therapeutic.
As in, the first time operation like that, it actually turned my mindset. As in, it gives me more power to move on.
It changed your mindset to give you the power to move on
and go ahead with the operation.
But do you have to pay this guy down?
No, nothing.
Just to get there.
Just get there. That's it.
Okay, so you came away emotionally and spiritually stronger, and headed into the operation to have the rest of the tongue removed.
Yeah.
Now, how aware of your kids where you're at with stage 4 cancer?
My children don't really know everything. Obviously, they're so small. I told them I had a spot.
On your tongue.
I told them that they're sick, and I probably would lose my tongue.
Lose your tongue.
And she was like, "Mom, I don't care. As long as we're here, I don't care."
Yeah. We could live with that.
Yeah.
We could all live with that, really, if that was the choice we were given.
Yeah.
If that was it. But it's not it.
No. It's weird because Caroline's only 37. She's got no history of smoking. She's relatively fit, and there's no kind of association between tongue cancer and her. Like, if you were kind of to say, there's no reason for it. Like, it's just, unfortunately, just bad luck. That's what Mr. Sheen always kind of says to us now lately. It's just, unfortunately, Karen, it's bad luck.
Started in the tongue, went to your neck, and is also now in your lungs.
I found out I had an MRI before I left. I feel fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
You feel fine now?
Yeah, I'm not in pain. Even though my doctor thinks the tumour's quite bad to on this side of my neck. I should be in a lot of pain, but I'm not.
You're not in pain. Are you on painkillers? Are you on morphine?
No. I take, I've been taking cannabis oil.
Panadol?
No, cannabis oil.
Cannabis oil? Mm-hmm. Good for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that helping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And
why not?
Yeah. Oh, I know. Look.
I've tried everything.
Yeah. Look.
Listen.
Yeah.
It's helping. Yeah. It's working. I mean, there's a body of thought out there that this is the way we should be going.
Yeah.
Who are we to be anybody's judge when they're in pain?
Yeah.
Yeah. But what's the prognosis that has been given to you by your oncologist? I mean, do you mind me asking how long do you have?
That's about 2 weeks before I was brought on the Friday, and I was more or less told get my house in order, get my bills sorted.
Get your house in order, get your bills sorted.
Your will sorted. Yeah.
And Marymount to get involved for palliative care and for my children to have them in the system so that they have pants.
When were you told this?
Last Friday.
Last Friday.
You were told last Friday.
Yeah.
Get everything. But that sounds to me like weeks or months.
Oh, yeah. But they haven't.
How can you look so great?
I know. It's so deceiving.
It's like my poor children have lost my dad by the middle of this.
They have, just translate that for me, Michelle.
We've lost our father. We obviously buried our father last October as well, and unfortunately, her partner is mother as well. So we've lost two family members.
We've already lost 2 family members in the space of 12 months.
Yeah,
and to think that I'm the third person in our family, I'm just like, that's not happening.
Not on our watch.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm just.
But what you want really is more time. I mean,
yeah.
I think are you acknowledging it's inevitable that this will kill you?
Oh my God! I'm this around the room last Friday, and poor me, but
poor me.
That was it, and you know.
When you were told this news on Friday, was it devastating to you?
Oh my God! I mean, all I can think about is my 2 children because. Do you know what? It's not about me. It's about them.
Are you not at all worried about you or frightened about what's coming?
Yeah, I am. Look, if I was 50-something years old, I'd say, do you know what? Thank you very much. I've had a very nice time. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. I've had a very nice time. Good luck.
Yeah.
But because you're only 37...
I had 2 small girls who moved their mum.
2 small girls.
Yeah. And I'm not building up for them. My small one gets her Holy Communion.
She what? What did she say, Michelle?
She gets her her oldest Jamie, 8. She gets her Holy Communion next May. Is it May? May.
Yeah,
May. So
forgive me for not understanding everything.
No. Jesus, it's remarkable. Like, you know, she's only 9 months now post-op, since January, and we were never expected to actually understand her. Do you know, that kind of way? So in terms of
most of the time, but sometimes you talk very fast.
Yeah. Even her physio says inside, if you were to read her note and then see the person in front of you, I would never put the 2 of them together because you've done remarkably well considering that she has.
But I don't know how one would deal. You're smiling away, Matt. I don't know how someone would deal with news on a Friday to get your will together, tell your children, and make an arrangement with Marymount.
Because I've just had to happen to me. I've just had to that. It can't be my life as well. I don't believe them. I'm just like, there's probably.
You don't believe them. This is not the last resort. There is some.
People go into that room and probably go up here and just go home and sit out my life in my funeral. I'm just like, I'm not doing that. I'm not ready for that. I've done this twice before. I've been here. This is my 3rd time. I'm just like, if it's my 4th or 5th, I'll do it.
How long now have you been suffering?
Since last June.
So 16 months, I suppose. Yeah,
right,
June, July, August.
And so they're saying that without any further intervention overseas, say for instance, that the prognosis is that you will go downhill rapidly.
What they want to do is put me on palliative care.
Palliative care, yeah.
Yes.
Which when they said palliative care, we were like.
You know what that is, don't you?
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, we're chatting away here during the ad break. I was just saying, where are you guys from? You were saying born and reared in Macroom.
Yeah. No, born and reared in London.
Yeah, but
I thought I picked up a London accent.
Yeah.
And I didn't think that came from Macroom.
Yeah. Our mum is from Macroom.
Mum's from Macroom and Dad's Mayo man. Yeah,
okay.
So Mayo and Cork.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So when you look at that news that you were given a week, 10 days ago, that it sounds as if, to me, it's quite aggressive. You were very unselfish about it all and only think of wanting to spend more time with your 2 daughters.
Yeah.
What kind of time extension would you settle for?
If I have 10 years, I'm happy with that.
10 years?
Yeah. If I'm my
what about 2 years or 1 year? Or?
I'm not doing that, no.
You want more?
Yeah. If my girls are 18 in Paris and have their own life, I'd say fine. But fine. But
so if they were reared independent of you and your job was done and they had flown the nest, and that was what she's saying, you would say, my job is done, I'll go now.
Yeah, I'm happy that I've had good life.
Yeah.
So,
But what if the quality of those 10 years were shocking?
I've always lost my food. I've lost everything that I can eat and drink.
You've lost?
All my food and I'd go home and if I might have a bottle of wine, I've lost all that. my social life has hampered the same.
No social life, no bottle of wine, no little drink with friends, no solid foods.
No meeting for coffees or...
But you gladly have given all of that up.
I don't care about any of that.
So you would live with pain, you would live with chemo, with radium, with operation after operation after just to keep an eye on the two girls.
Yeah, they're my life.
Yeah.
They're my life.
And where is that extension, this life that you can get? In Germany, is it?
It's what's the name of it?
It's a Halwan clinic. It's Germany.
Tell me, Michelle, what can they do?
Well, there is obviously with cancer research, there's a lot going on at the moment in terms of research, and there's a new thing on the market, or whether you've heard of it. It's called Immunotherapy. It's a different type of chemo, how they're actually managing their cancer patients, and it's not available to Ireland's citizens, and this is why we have to go abroad to actually get a hold of this type of treatment.
And what will that do?
This would boost. So with Caroline's aggressive cancer, her immunity is so shut down that she's not producing antibodies to fight the cancer that's actually in her bloodstream at the moment. So what this immunotherapy will hopefully do, now there is only 30% success rate with it, but we'll hold on to that 30% and hopefully will rejig kind of, I suppose, restart her immune system in order to fight them cancer cells.
Okay.
You know, so...
To slow it down.
To slow it down. I mean,
to give you time.
Yeah.
You're a little upset now, are you?
It's hard because it's a life. I mean, I never thought this would happen to them. I've always worked hard, but I've never done anything wrong.
Do you say, why me?
Oh my God, every day. Every day.
Because I'm a good person.
Well, I've worked hard all my life.
Your colleagues at work are just crazy about you.
Yeah.
So that's the truth. I mean, do you believe in God? Do you believe in heaven?
I do, but since my dad died and his mum died, I'm kind of like a bit more... There's no one out there to help me. There's often times...
You're a little what, did she say, Michelle?
She said there's nobody out there to help her, so she just feels like, you know, I suppose when so much bad stuff is happening, it's very good, it's very hard to hold on to something positive, isn't it? Like, so she's just trying to...
Where do you think we go? Do you believe that you're going somewhere?
Well, someone said to me that obviously able to run stuff up there, so that means come up there and run some stuff for them. I don't know.
Sorry, I missed that.
She's saying that obviously he's not doing a very good job upstairs, so maybe he's wanting her to go upstairs and manage it upstairs so she can sort it out. That's how she manages people, so maybe that's her calling. She doesn't know. We're just trying to make it like what else can you do? You just have to... You can't be dull and grim, but she's not that type of person.
I mean, no, but you could ask the question, why does a young mum with 2 young children who need to be reared have to go through this and have her life cut short?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a reasonable question for somebody.
Definitely. Yeah.
Do you ask?
Oh,
that?
yeah, definitely. But I have faith, and I think there's something out there for her. I don't think Ireland is a small place on the map. I do think there is something else out there for her. I don't know what that is, and this is what we've been researching.
They don't have enough clinical trials here.
We don't have enough clinical trials.
No, there's not. But
there's so much money that goes into like cancer, like charities, cancer research. I don't know where that money is going to, but like, I don't know. I just wish there was more that we could do for her here.
Everyone's like breast cancer this and breast cancer that. There's nothing about tongue cancer or head and neck cancer. Absolutely nothing.
And they don't know why you got tongue cancer.
There's no explanation.
You don't smoke. You weren't a heavy drinker.
No.
Nothing like that. I mean, there may well be a history of cancer, but all families have history of cancers, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not at risk, are you? It's not.
No. Well, I've asked them, because obviously we've got kids between us. So I was like, is there a need for them to get screened, and what is the chance of that happening to them as well? And they said there's no genetic factor that would actually increase their risk. But
tell me, Caroline, you were told about it's aggressive and you need to make your will and go and get palliative care from Marymount. Did you take any of that on board and make some form of preparation?
I'm the first, to be honest with you, myself and Anta, and there's about 2 years. And we haven't got married yet, so I was like, maybe we'll get married, but
get married.
But my will. And then that was the first day, and the second day I was like, I'm not doing that.
You're not ready. You're not going to do that.
No.
Yeah. So you're saying, I'm not going to get married, because that's saying, okay,
yeah.
I have a race against time here. You don't accept that race against time just yet. You think that Germany will give you the extra time that you need, and that's the reason behind the gogetfunding.com account that you set up with them, Caroline's Fight for Treatment.
Yeah.
And extraordinarily, since you put it up yesterday...
I know, it's mental.
Yeah.
People have been...
Yeah. It's mental.
It's been... people have been very generous with their obviously donations and stuff, but anything would make a difference. So
what do you need to make?
Well, we've got the latest quotation from this clinic that we're intending to use. We haven't signed up for it yet, but their quotation is €31,000 for her treatment. So that would include...
So you need 50 then, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah. Well, this is whatever we make, then we'll add to that whatever we need to...
And what's it at now?
It's at, the last time I looked about 20 minutes ago, it was €12,638.
Since yesterday?
Since I put up at 12 o'clock yesterday. So I suppose, yeah, within a 24-hour period, we've got 25% of the funding raised.
How do you feel about that?
At first I was like, probably move about 2,000 or... I don't think it would do half of what...
6 times that.
Yeah. No, it's brilliant.
But I know a lot of people and friends and family, but it's unbelievable what people...
These are strangers who are touched by your story.
Yeah.
Many of them could well be parents themselves. Many of them could be young mums with young children.
And I think that's what, personally, if it was me and it was one of my friends, I would do, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's the fact that I have small children. If it was just me, I'd probably just head off, do 12 months around the world and say whatever.
Yeah, but that wouldn't seem to be an option for you, 12 months around the world.
No, that would be... If last Friday, I probably said, you know what, if it was just myself on my own, I just take off travelling and whatever.
So if you didn't have the girls, you wouldn't be proceeding with this. You would just
probably not, no.
Use the time that you had to marry or go on a honeymoon, and then slowly, quietly, or not so slowly, unfortunately, just slip away.
Yeah.
God, do you not? I mean, do you not dwell on bitterness or anger that you should live to your 80s?
I definitely not want to live from 80s, so I'm happy enough with all about 60s.
What's wrong with living to your 80s? 60s then?
60s.
No, it doesn't bother me to live that long.
But would you not miss life, miss the world?
I would, but I've had a good time. I'm happy with what I've had. I'm not going to do here. If I'm 20 years out of this treatment, or 10 years, I'm happy.
Yeah. Your job is to get them reared.
Yeah. Get my kids up and reared and happy. I'm not upset inside from losing their mum. But
what if it doesn't work? How are you going to have the conversation with them?
I don't know, because it was so hard to him about and his mum and too bad, because she died to suicide.
Suicide?
Yeah, and his mum had depression for about 7 years, and half his my treatment last year, I was in hospital, and we lost her to suicide there. So that was hard to do me after. So really put that back.
You had to tell them of that.
And Jim was very close to her.
Would you tell them yourself? Mammy is unwell and has to go away.
I would. I'd have to, especially Jimmy, because Jimmy is she's very tender, she's very smart. Like for her mum's funeral last year, she made a poem and read out 2 pages in the church in front of about 200 people.
So she said a poem at the funeral.
She wrote a poem herself with the help of Mandy, I think it was actually, one of Karen's very good friends, and she read out in front of 200 people. Like, not a bother to her. Yeah, she's remarkable. Brave. Yeah, she is very brave.
Yeah. But even that in itself, because I have children, they're reared now, and you might say that my job is done. I don't know, is our job ever done? But I would have an awful sense of sadness about knowing that I was not going to see them anymore.
Oh my God! I mean, look, if this happened, the person I would have to do is say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah, to them. I'm Anthony.
And Anthony.
I don't want to think about that, but...
You don't think about that?
I'm trying not to think about that.
You're very strong. I know that you're fighting back tears, but you are very brave, and that's important.
It has to be. I mean, I have met other people like me who have been told, oh, that's it, and they're like, this is happening and that's happening. I'm just like, I don't want to hear that.
You don't want to hear it. And I don't want to hear in a few weeks' time that you're gone into Marymount. I just don't want to hear it.
No.
all right?
I'm not going to do there.
No, I don't want you to go in there.
Yeah.
Because you're not ready, it's not your time.
No.
You need to get over there,
You'll have to
get whatever the Germans have, get it into you.
Yeah.
Well,
And drive on for another...
There at Marymount now because I hit
What did you say, Michelle?
You'll have to drag her to Marymount.
That's it. That's the kind of language we want to hear.
The fight.
That's the
As
fight.
Pamela said, the gloves are back on.
So, you look to me as if you could go out and run a marathon. That's incredible.
I was actually at Dover on the Thursday night before I had my meeting on the Friday.
Oh, yeah.
And at Dover,
Where was she?
Yoga, sorry. She went to yoga class.
It's
with
the
her.
yoga then.
Yeah.
Jeez, I got to get into that yoga.
everyone felt fine.
You look terrific.
Yeah.
Look fine.
Look better than your sister.
No comment.
Okay, let me just tell you, we have the fund on Facebook and on Twitter now, and we're going to share the story with all of our media contacts and all of our media friends. And we'll really push the fund.
I will push it back.
Yeah, we'll really push it. And people should support it. And I'm going to support it myself personally the minute that I get off the air here.
Thank you.
And we have a beautiful picture of yourself and the girls. That was from a wedding, was it?
Yeah, my
Michelle?
best friend got married about 3 weeks
This
ago.
one here.
In
Where?
and 3 weeks ago in Castleross in Clarny. So
Sorry, it's a black and white. It doesn't do you justice. Who would have thought, though? Only 3 weeks ago?
only 3 weeks ago. Yeah.
Was this before you got the palliative?
I found out with Arthur.
The week after you were told about Marymount after this? No, you're not. You're not ready for that. You're not ready for that.
Yeah.
No.
Your battle is far from over.
Yeah.
Well, I've been here twice before, so this is my third time.
Well, third time lucky to
Yeah,
get
that's
that
what they
extension.
say, don't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you'll take whatever you can get.
I do whatever I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To get them reared.
As long as I can get dinner and Zara, but I'm happy.
Right, I know what she said there. As long as you can get Jamie and Zara to 18, she's happy.
Yeah.
Okay, and we'd all be happy too. So we're gonna. This has been recorded as well. We've done this for Facebook and for Red TV, and people will be able to see it online, and the video will be up there. And it's. I'm humbled to talk to you. I really and truly
Thank
am.
you.
And this is from one parent to another. I can't begin to feel the emotions that you're going through, because I can only think of the emotions that I would be going through. But I'm certainly nowhere near as brave as you. I'm just full of admiration for you.
I've heard that from people, but
Well, it's true.
we have to up and we have to on with it.
You have to get on with it, but that doesn't mean that it's easy to get on with it.
No, I'm a bit my mum. I have woke up at 4 in the morning, but oh my God, I might die tonight. I might not wake up tomorrow morning, but
I might die tonight. I might not wake up tomorrow morning.
But
And it's not about you. It's about the kids.
every time I got told something, all I can think about is them.
And Anthony? Anthony is...
Oh, I'm such a so,
No, forget about the man.
I'm such a person.
He can look after himself.
A man can fine, but I'm with it, don't they?
Listen, thank you so much for coming in. Are you okay?
Oh yeah, I'm perfect. Thank
Yeah?
you.
Okay. I don't want to cut you short. You have lots to say. But we'll have lots to say in the future.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. Yeah.
Okay, let's get...
I was supposed to go back to work on Monday. I met them this Monday. I was coming back to work. And I
with the news.
But I rang them on Friday to say I'm not coming back because I told my boss was like, what? I think it's part of taking the piss.
Yeah.
I'm not coming back to work because I was told in soon I'm going into Marymount. They love you in McKechnie's Cleaners.
I know.
They really do. And I can
She was
see
looking
why.
at your windows on the way in.
Your windows are very good.
I know, I'm so ashamed. Look, you don't see my windows at home. We will talk again.
Oh, perfect.
We will talk again.
Yeah,
and it's so lovely to see you, Caroline and Michelle, and your credit.
Yeah.
All due, all respect.
she's an
to you.
inspiration.
Without my
Yeah.
family
You'd be lost
and my
without
friends.
her. Yeah.
My family and my friends have been unbelievable.
Yeah.
She's
okay.
lucky she's got good
All right.
support around her.
Continue in the journey then, all of you together.
Yeah.
I will.
And best wishes, and we'll talk soon.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having
You're
us.
so welcome. Okay, the GoFundMe fund is at gogetfunding.com. gogetfunding.com/Caroline's Fight for Treatment. You know the story. She bravely told it very well, and where she couldn't, her wonderful sister Michelle jumped in, and between the three of us we told it as best we could. We've also recorded a video, and we're going to put that up online later on today. But no matter what you can afford, no matter how small, how large, this is all about Caroline's fight to live, and not, as was suggested, to go into palliative care and to get a will and say goodbye to her girls, but to fight back and to continue to fight for some extra time to get them reared. And if we can help, then we should help. Go getfunding.com/Caroline's Fight for Treatment. Thank you.
The Neil Prendeville Show, Red FM.